Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about the phases of the moon. Do you know what is a moon? Yes, I know that you all know what is moon. Moon is the natural satellite of the earth. Now, you might be thinking what is satellite? So, let's learn what is satellite. What is a satellite? A satellite is a small object that orbits or revolves around a large object in the space. Satellites can be natural or artificial. So, Moon is the natural satellite of the Earth. I hope you understood about the satellite. You know that our Moon revolves around the Earth, and this is why it's called satellite. The Moon is smaller than the Earth. Today I will tell you an interesting fact about our moon. Moon does not have its own light. It gets the light from the sun. Moon does not have its own light. The moon gets the light from the sun. I hope you understood the fact about the moon. Now let us move to the different phases of the moon. Have you all watched the night sky? If you have seen the night sky, I hope you have watched the phases of the moon. If you have watched the night sky, you might have seen that the shape of the moon is changing. So, what is the meaning of the phases of the moon? What is the meaning of the phase of the moon? I will tell you the phases of the moon. The changing shape of the moon is called the phases of the moon. There are four main phases of the moon. Number 1, new moon. Number 2, crescent moon. Number 3, half moon. Number 4 is full moon. So, did you understand what is the phases of the moon? The changing shape of the moon is called phases of the moon. Now let us move to the first phase of the moon, which is known as the new moon phase. When the moon comes in between the sun and the earth, we cannot see the moon at all. This is because the side of the moon facing the earth will not get the sunlight. This is the first phase of the moon. Coming to the second phase of the moon, that is the crescent phase. 2 or 3 days after the new moon phase, we can see some part of the moon which will be shaped like a crescent. This phase of the moon is called crescent phase. This is the shape of the moon when it looks like a crescent. During the crescent phase, as the moon look as if we have taken a bite from a cookie. Look, us move to the third phase of the moon. This third phase of the moon is called half moon phase. About a week after the new moon phase, we will be able to see a half of the moon from the earth's surface. This phase of the moon is known as half moon phase. I hope you have understood this much. Now let us move to the fourth phase of the moon, that is full moon phase. Before moving to the fourth phase of the moon, I forgot to show you how the moon looked during the half moon phase. Look, it looks like this. It looks as if a ball is cut into pieces. The moon looks as if we have cut a ball into 2 pieces. Now let us move to the fourth phase of the moon, that is the full moon phase. About 2 weeks after the new moon phase, we can see the full moon. This is because the full side of the moon facing the earth receives the sunlight. So, this phase of the moon is called the full moon phase. The full moon phase looks very beautiful and poetic. On the full moon night, the moon brights. When the moon reaches the full moon phase, we can see the moon shining. When the moon reaches the full moon phase, we can see the full moon phase. When the moon reaches to the new moon phase, when the moon reaches the full moon phase, we can see the moon shining brightly and beautifully in the night sky. This is the beautiful full moon. After the full moon phase, the moon will begin its journey back to the new moon phase. I hope you understood about the phases of the moon. As we already have said that the moon revolves around the earth. It takes 29 days for the moon to take one revolution around the earth. That is the number of days between 2 new moon phases in 29 days. That is the number of days between 2 new moon phases in 29. As we have already said that the moon revolves around the earth. It takes 29 days for the moon to take one rotation around the earth. That is the number of days between 2 new moon phases is 29 days. Do you know man have landed on the moon? People who learn about space are called astronauts. Two astronauts have landed on the moon. These 2 astronauts' names are called Neil Armstrong and Edwin Aldrin are the 2 astronauts who landed on the moon's surface for the first time on 20th July 1969. Astronauts travel to space in special vehicles called spaceship or rockets. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.